So yeah, The Farmer was replaced, was out on October 10th, is currently on sale in the Steam store for the next few weeks. And so The Farmer was replaced. Program and optimize a drone to automate a farm and watch it do the work for you. Collect resources to unlock better technology and become the most efficient farmer in the world. Improve your problem solving and coding skills. So hopefully I'll be able to show that I am I'm a good farmer coder. Farmer coder? Farmer coder. I still have a hard time not singing the song. Hey, Puddleglum, welcome on in. I hope that work is going well today. Okay. Let me just double check to see. I don't believe it's controller. No. Okay, so it will be... And it looks like they're still awaiting the Steam Deck playable. It's playable on the Steam Deck. As to whether it's fully supported on the Steam Deck, they probably are waiting for more people to try it. Yeah, I like how... Oh, look at a little pig. Is that... I wonder if it's a piggy bank with little drone things. Is it going to get the resources? Okay. Autosave enabled. Oh, interesting. So, okay, you can use an external code editor if you're more comfortable with that. Okay, flashing highlights. We'll see about that. Oh, I understand. It's probably going to flash the piece of the code that it's running. So we'll see if it becomes a problem or not. Tabs to spaces. Turns all tabs into 4 spaces. Okay, viewport sliding when you drag and release. Okay. Errors. Yes, tell me the warnings. Tell me when I have missing parentheses or perhaps semicolons. I'm fine with that. WASD with some search, control, undo, save. Okay, I'm hoping that these will be... Oh, toggle the HUD. That's always nice. Be able to turn that off. Audio, I already went here and set everything to about 3/4. And the graphics, yeah, I think we're good. Let's see what this is all about. Oh. As someone who does have to occasionally review code, I can tell who wrote something based on the formatting. I can also tell who edited something based on the all of a sudden inconsistencies in previous formatting. And it does weird my team members out that I can look at that and say, oh, I know who did this. I'll talk to them. Or I know who did this, check in with them. And they're like, how can you tell? And I'm like, well, they always this, and they never pay attention to this, and they all yeah. We don't have a one-button solution at the end of all of our stuff that automatically reformats things the way it should be. I tend to do that. I tend to select all and have it do the proper amount of y'all know what I'm doing. Y'all know what I mean when I do this. Indent, outdent, indent, out, all that. Anyway, let's start it up because I'm not going to talk about my programming issues. Y'all are going to watch my programming issues live. All right. This window contains information about everything in the game. You can move windows around by dragging and dropping the gray part of the window. You can move around by dragging anywhere outside the windows. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, very cool. To get started with programming, go to the first program page by clicking it. Be sure to check out the buttons in the top right corner of the screen. Hover over them to see a tooltip. Okay, so we can create a new code file, open a new info window, or open the unlock tree. Eventually, you'll be able to unlock many a thing. Oh, we've unlocked loops. Sweet. Okay, go to the first program page. Text editor. All programming is done in code windows. Each code window corresponds to a text file containing code. You can rename the file by clicking on its name at the top of the window. The code can be edited like in any text editor as long as it's not running. Thank God. You can execute the program directly by pressing the green play button in the code window. You can create more files by using the plus button in the upper right corner of the screen. You can dock a window to another window by dragging it onto it. Can you do that now? No, not yet? All right, cool. You will notice that once you start typing, a simple code completion window will pop up. So it does have some auto. Press tab to insert the code completion. Use the arrow keys to navigate through the completion options. So auto typing is nice. Don't worry if this is your first time programming. The language is unlocked step by step, so you won't be overwhelmed by all the things you can do. The syntax is also similar to that of Python. I don't know Python. So just to make it very clear, I do know how to program. I don't know Python yet. The syntax is similar to that of Python, which is one of the most widely used programming languages in the world, so learning it is not completely wasted. If you already know Python, it's not a problem either. You'll just be able to skip the early game quickly to get to the more interesting stuff. Currently, there are 2 drone commands available, harvest and do a flip. These are function calls. You can think of a function as a command that can be executed. You can execute it using the parentheses. Try typing these statements in the code window and pressing the execute button. You can think of your code as a sequence of statements. You can run multiple statements in a row, like this. Harvest, do a flip, harvest, and then unlocks. Collecting grass will give you hay. Hay can be used to unlock loops in the unlock menu. Open the unlock menu with the button in the top right corner. So this is the unlock button. We have unlocked, so we have to get 5 hay to unlock loops. So right now, well, obviously I'm going to do a flip first. Do it again. Okay, now let's harvest. So yeah, I can start typing in harvest, and it will automatically do it for me. But harvest, baby. Okay, and in the upper left, we've got, hey, we have obtained by cutting grass. So in that case, what if I just said, okay, so I can do this and just continue to harvest, 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 harvest. Now I have 5 hay, so I can, oh wow, okay. Ooh. Now I have 5 hay, so I can unlock loops. A while loop. So this is really, again, like we've played other games that have programming as sort of a base, but they're also teaching the elements of programming. So this one is kind of interesting and fun. We've now unlocked the while loop. And again, like I know what these are. We have programmers in chat who know what they are. Even if you, for me, I always think about the while loop goes all the way back to DOS. Or if anybody remembers the graphing program logo, that's what I always remember is you're just telling it to do a thing. For me, it was always how to draw shapes, like go forward 15, then turn, and then go, and then turn and go. So you would do like different shapes like that. So yeah, you've unlocked the while loop and the values true and false. The while loop keeps executing the loop body as long as the condition is true. So essentially you have the while condition and the loop body. Don't worry about creating infinite loops. The delays in the execution will prevent the program from freezing. For beginners, perhaps you've already tried to put several harvest calls in a row. Boom, boom, boom. This allows you to harvest several times in one program run. However, it would be nice to harvest more than 3 times, and writing the same code multiple times is bad practice. The solution is a loop. A loop allows you to run the same code multiple times. The while loop takes a condition, which is a logical value that can only be in one of 2 states, true or false. Such a value is called a Boolean value. The loop then executes the code inside the loop until the condition is false. The while loop looks like this. You have your while, you have your condition, and then you have the instructions in the loop body, where you have to replace condition with a Boolean value and loop body with whatever you want to do in the loop. There are two constant Boolean values available. Constants are values that never change during the program. To create a constant Boolean value that is always true, you can simply write true. Write false as a constant Boolean value that is always false. So you could write, while false, do a flip, or while true, do a flip. The first one will never do a flip because it's false, and the second one will do flips forever. We like that. Normally, creating an infinite loop is a bad idea because it will freeze the program. But in this game, there are delays between each iteration of the loop, so it will cause the drone to keep doing a flip until you manually stop it by pressing the execute button again. Notice how the line after the colon is indented. Indentation like this is used to separate blocks of codes. Just press tab to add indentation and shift tab or backspace to remove it. The loop will repeat all indented statements after the colon. Statements after the indented block will be executed after the loop has finished. So this is interesting. It tells us... Oh, interesting. Okay, sorry. Oh, we have a whole... we have whole things here, but it also only talks to us about what we can do and what we've learned. Okay, so for this, we'll go ahead and close this one. So you want us to do... So now we can do a loop. So come here. While true. It's also auto-tabbing for me. Harvest. So what happens if I put then, let's see here, then do a flip. So yeah, it's an infinite loop, so it's never going to end. So we would have to tell it like, hey, stop. I don't know what you're talking about, Amalia. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's do infinite flips. Hey. Okay. All right, no, but what we need to do is harvest. So I'm just going to replace. And this is where, like, if you remember what you... Oh, actually, let's see what else we have. Okay, we have... Oh, my bad. Oh, goodness, I'm the worst. Yeah, no, we need to give you way... You need way more pets than that. Actually, you know what? Okay, pause. Why don't we let you harvest, and then after you harvest, you pet the piggy. So this is like when you have the meme of the character who's doing pull-ups, but on each arm is like somebody they're smooching, so they do a pull-up and smooch and pull-up and smooch. Like... Okay, we'll take out the pet the piggy part of the code. There we go. Okay, so continue to harvest. And what can we unlock next? We are able to unlock speed. So, and we can change hats. Well, okay, we have to unlock hats. You've unlocked a few new hat colors for your drone. Equip them like this. Change hats, do a flip, change hat, do a flip, change hat, do... Okay, so we're actually gonna... Can we copy? Okay, what's interesting is... There we go. We can copy this whole thing. Okay, but also I need you to get to... You continue to do that. All right, let's create a new code window. So what happens if I have multiple codes running at the same time? Ah. Well, obviously we're going to change hats to purple, so let's get rid of everything else, because we got to change hat to purple, do a flip, and then pet the piggy. My window discipline absolutely is awful, so I realize I'm going to have windows all over the place. Change hat to purple, pet the piggy. Now go back to harvesting. Thank you. My window discipline's awful, so, like, I don't want to hear it. Okay, we'll just minimize that. It says I can drag them onto each other to combine them, but I don't really see where that is, so that's fine. Okay, while it's doing this, I'm going to move you to center screen. I feel like we're going to need a whole lot more space on screen later anyway. So you do that. So it harvests, it sends it to the drone. We can also increase the speed of the drone and code execution. So let's unlock these. Okay. So we've upgraded. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so here's your first problem. Here's your first problem. I realize I'm also weirdly practicing, like, narration as I'm doing this. If this helps you, then great. If you want me to narrate something, please send me a DM. Okay, so let's stop the code because we run into a small problem. Speed upgrade. The execution speed has been doubled. The problem is that the drone now harvests faster than the grass can grow, resulting in no harvest at all. To deal with this, if branches and the can harvest function are now unlocked. Checking before harvesting. So far we only had true and false as conditions, which of course is not very useful with if. This new function can harvest, the new function can harvest provides a better condition. Can harvest returns true if the plant under the drone can be harvested and false otherwise. So now the true statement is checking yes or no. Can I harvest? Is there something to harvest? Yes or no, true or false. The reason you can use this function as a condition like this is because it returns a Boolean value. A return value essentially means that after the functionality is executed, the function call expression evaluates to the returned value. This is what happens when the above code runs. The if runs, can harvest is called, can harvest does its thing, can harvest returns true or false. So the statement now becomes if true or if false. The code block is only executed if it can harvest. So let's try this. Now we have can harvest. So if can harvest, aka if can harvest is true, harvest. That's all we've done. We haven't done an else. And I'm pretty sure we'll learn else later. Because my thing is if you can harvest, harvest. If not, go pet the piggy. That's basically my thing. If you can harvest, harvest. If not, go pet the piggy. But we'll probably learn like else in a minute. Unless we can learn it now. There we go. So here's the if full documentation. And this has multiple steps. And this is the most fun about doing conditionals is first you have your if condition, true or false. You have your else if condition, second true or false. And then the final else is if none of these things are true, do this. So I'm going to say if can harvest, harvest, else, do a flip. Actually, do a flip and pet the piggy. That will give you enough time for the thing to grow. So If you can harvest, harvest. If not, do a flip and pet the piggy. How about that? No? Did I do that wrong? I must have done it wrong. Yeah, okay. So this is me now. What did I do wrong? Hey, Kamesy, welcome on in. Else... Let's try... that? No. Okay. Unless, let's see here. Oh, well, you know, that's sorry. My bad. I'm not doing it fast enough. That's my bad. It is correct correct syntax. However, the harvest is growing back fast enough. So that's fine. Okay. So, in that case, yeah, so let's see here. Does that mean we can do this? Can we do this? Oop, hold on. I can't spell, apparently. Well, can harvest, harvest. Loop signal location is false. Ah, okay. Well, can harvest, harvest, and then... So yeah, I'm missing something, but let's see here. Let me go back to my original. I love the undo button. Okay, so here was my problem. While true harvest, except it can't because it's not growing fast enough. Okay, then we said it takes 1 tick to execute. Can we slow it down? So we say if can harvest, then do something. So if can harvest, harvest. Right. Now that's not a loop, it's just harvesting. Also, is there something else we can loop? There we go. There we go. Increases the yield of the grass. So this will, 300? Dang, I thought that needed more than that. All right, fine. So yeah, the game is sort of teaching coding, and it is, oh, right, that's the hats. Can't forget about the hats. There we go. Okay, speed. We upgraded the speed. The if can harvest. So we can do that. Now, okay, that's the break. All right. What's interesting is it hasn't true. Oh, these, wow. These are, okay. Hey is a variable. This is a variable. These are, oh, wow. Okay, cool. Where was I? I completely forgot where I was. If hat on, not. You know what? There's nothing about wearing the hat. There's nothing about the state of the hat. There's a dinosaur hat? What? Hat's dinosaur hat must be unlocked before this can be used. But we did unlock a hat. Hold on. Does it show us which hat we unlocked? It says we unlocked... Oh, crap. Which one did we do? I completely missed... Oh, wait. I don't have to know which one. H, please, Brian. There it is. Yeah. No, now I'm just having fun. Oh, it's the VLC. That's so cute. Okay, now go pet the piggy, because I am... Pet the piggy while I vamp. Okay. So let's go back to here. We want to, while true, so we want to say while can harvest, harvest. That should be all we need to do. This is not a valid statement. Okay. We need to check it first, right? So if can harvest is, okay. Hey, what the fuck is a noob? Welcome on in. This is me now, like, trust me, in the real world, I would be testing so many different things to be like, wait, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working now? Why isn't it working now? So what am I missing in terms of combine? Okay, that's the hats. Speed upgrade. No, I don't want continue yet. Oh, I love comments. We love comments. Please put comments in your code. Please, please, please put comments in your code. Okay, so the unlock was speed. So this is interesting. It teaches us, oh my gosh, can the getting up and walking away from your code and coming back to it, or worse. And here's the thing that really, it made me sad but also excited, was leaving it for the day. And then the next morning in the shower, seeing all of the blocks of everything you were trying to do come together in that logical way. And you're like, that's what I need to do. So like the shower thoughts of, that's why it didn't work. That's what I need to do. And holding on to that information just until you get to your desk. Yeah, feel free. I don't actually own any rubber duckies. For all that I play Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, I don't own any rubber duckies. So let me see if I can crack this one. Because while true, let's see here. Hold on. So what I want to do is I want to kind of loop this. So let's see here. Yeah, like, what am I missing here? Because like if it's, yeah, clean up all the white space. Okay, if can harvest, harvest, else do a flip. Okay, so that is working. So essentially, how am I going to turn the if into a loop? And this is me actively trying to break stuff now. It's not exactly what I want. But it is running it. So it's running it and it's saying, okay, checking true. If I can harvest. I think okay, so let me break this down even worse, even better. If I can harvest, harvest. Otherwise, yeah, the fact that I'm not closing stuff and stuff like it's interesting because this is a very forgiving. It's very forgiving. Um, the way that it's doing brackets is by indents, and that is throwing me off a little bit. I understand it, but it's throwing me off a little bit. So now let's say, yeah, okay, so this is what I needed to do. I needed to say, for the loop, if you can harvest, harvest. Otherwise, do a flip and pet the piggy. Because right now, the speed of the drone is faster than the wheat can grow. So I need to find something for it to do. Otherwise, it's going to just keep trying to, like, it's with a scythe over there or a sickle, like trying to constantly hit the earth, and there's nothing growing. So I had to add something for it to do in the meantime. Okay. Let's go to our okay, so here's the thing. We're about to increase the yield of the grass. And yeah, we are not smacking the piggy, although that sounds interesting. We are petting the piggy. The piggy's getting some love. Get a little love. So the drones are basically like, you know, we're assigning probably more sentience to our drones than we should by petting them and saying that they're good. You know, that'll do, pig, that'll do. Okay, now we can unlock the yield of the grass growing faster. So let's create a new code file, because now the grass grows faster. So we should just be able to say, while true, harvest. Because the grass is growing faster. So let's stop you, and let's see if we can do this. Nope, it's still too slow. Okay, so we'll go back to this. And instead, we'll actually just, we'll take out the do the flip, sorry, the pet the piggy. Yeah, I just needed to lay for long enough. What else can we increase? Oop, sorry. Okay, that's speed, right? Oh, we can expand the farm and unlock movement. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's do this. Let's expand the farm. Your farm has grown. The space is not much if you can't move the drone, so there is a new function move that moves the drone. Move requires that you specify the direction in which you want the drone to move. There are 4 new constants for this: north, east, south, and west. For example, move north will move the drone 1 square to the north. If you move over the edge of the farm, the drone will be moved to the other side of the farm. The following example code will keep moving the drone north and then wrap back to the start when it reaches the edge of the farm. Okay. Okay, so stop you. While true, move north. Keep moving. Do your thing. All right. All right. So now we have to combine movement with harvest. This seems okay. So let's see. So again, while this is true, if you can harvest, harvest. Else, move north and do it again. How about that? Yep. Because right now, the drone can harvest faster than the wheat can grow. So during that time, we're saying, okay, what you have hasn't grown yet. Just keep moving to the next block. So yeah, so it harvests, the piggy is like our piggy bank. Yeah, we're getting rid of that one. The piggy is like our piggy bank. So the drone is constantly moving, like it's getting the wheat, throwing it in the bank. Every now and then we can pet the pig. But yeah. Okay. We're close to unlocking more stuff here. Now we can't unlock these without wood, which I don't see a way to buy yet or grow. Now this is new. Unlocks planting. Plant entities a bush. Well, let's unlock it. Okay. Grass is nice because it grows automatically. All other plants have to be planted with the plant function. The only plant you can plant right now is a bush. You can pass the type of plant you want to plant to the function like this. Plant entities.bush. This will plant a bush under the drone. Call clear to reset the farm to all grass and reset the drone position. It seems that if you grow more than one type of plant on the farm at the same time, you can sometimes get a higher yield. You'll need to research polyculture to learn more. Okay, so you know what, buddy? Stop. Just hold on for a second here. All right, new code file. Murderbush. Murderbush.ac. If you get that joke, congratulations. All right, so plant entities bush. So the bush is growing slowly. Slowly. So what happens if I harvest now? Wood. Okay. Interesting. If it's a fully grown ambush. Okay, so we plant the bush, we harvest the bush, and then grass grows underneath it. What happens if I call clear? Okay, so clear resets everything. So, hey, Hall, welcome on in, Raiders. Thanks for bringing your folks over here. You're watching me remember how basic coding, looping, and code failure works in real time. So, let's talk this through. We need wood from the bush. Yeah, I said it. The only way to do that is by planting it and waiting for it to grow. So, like, so we could plant bush, move north, and do the same thing. So let's bring this close. Let's zoom this in. So plant bush, move north, plant bush, move north, plant bush, move north. It can't plant the bush because the bush is already planted. So if I add harvest to that, this is the like step-by-step code. So this is not the most efficient, but I could turn this into a loop. While true, plant a bush, move north, harvest. Ah, so here's the problem. It still is too fast. Okay, so stop. It feels like a lecture. It kind of is getting lectury. It's interesting. Okay, let's see here. So we need to add, like, basically add that. So again, so we're telling it to plant a bush, move north, take your time, and then harvest. We could replace the do a flip with the pet the piggy, because that is always nice. Let's pet the piggy. We just need it to do something, so it plants the bush, lets it grow, and then harvests the wood. Because what I want to do is I want to upgrade our farm. This will upgrade the farm to 3x3. Okay. Yeah, you're still good. Okay. Your farm has expanded again. Now the tiles are no longer in a nice row, so you need to find a way to traverse a square grid. With the while loop, this is not possible until you unlock senses and operators. It's time to introduce the for loop. You can read all about the for loop on the for loop page, but for now you'll only need to repeat the code a fixed number of times. So, do n flips. For I in range of 5, do a flip. Let's see here. Okay, so range creates a range of numbers from 0 to n minus 1, which has n elements in it. So basically, it's, 0 through 0, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 times. The for loop will run its loop body, and the for loop runs its loop body once for every element in the sequence. In this case, do a flip will be called 5 times. So, if I just, and this is where it comes into commenting your code. The reason you want to comment is so that you know what this does. Okay, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if you're right, that'd be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus, anyway. Okay. So I'm going to continue to, sorry, also, while I'm learning, what should I be going for next? What do I need? Hay. Okay. I currently don't need hay to unlock anything anymore. So we're going to continue letting it, push in the bush while we learn about the rest. Okay. The function getWorldSize is now available. It returns the side length of your farm. This way, you can write code that won't break with the next expand upgrade. So this is smart. This is smart. Essentially, it's saying that no matter how big your farm is, for I in the range of your farm, in this case, it's 3. So for I in the range of your farm, harvest and move north. That's it. One column for any size. Now. I love this. I love this. If you're stuck on trying to figure out how to move the drone around the farm, see the hint below. Pardon me. Excuse me. There are, of course, several ways to move around the farm. What we're looking for is to traverse it in a systematic way that won't break when the farm grows again. Hold on a second. I've got a bug on my mic. A systematic way to get every place on the farm would be to repeat the following 2 steps. Move north until it wraps back, and then move east. Okay. So right now, what my code is doing is it's saying, just keep moving north. Oop, sorry. It's hard to grab that. It's saying, that's how you, okay, that's how you do the thing where you get them locked together. It's just saying, you know what? While north. So here's what I could do. Stop this. What I could do is I could change this to say, I could say plant a bush, move north, plant a bush, move north, plant a bush, move north. So do that so let's see here. First off, clear. So clear resets everything back to grass and moves the drone back to coordinates 0, 0. Okay. So if I want it to plant entities, so plant a bush, move north, and do this. This is like me, again, without the loop. Without the loop, first off, figuring out what you need to do. Then move east. Do the same thing again. Okay, my code's getting long. Okay, so if I run this, it should just go boop, 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 boop. Okay, so that's the long way to do it. Not terribly efficient, but it works. So that's me replacing everything on the farm with bushes, which what I find interesting about this is, yep, I know, I see an eye twitch in chat, but some people need to understand that you have to do something, like you have to figure out, okay, what is the most inefficient way to do this and make it work? Okay, now how do I use the tools to make it efficient? And obviously in this case, it was, I figured out plant, move, plant, move, plant, move is repeated 3 times. Move east is repeated twice. So for so every single time, essentially I need to say, hold on, is it? Oh, my bad. My bad. So all of this should be done 3 times. Sorry, my brain is like taking a minute to get there. So we're going to say for I in range, and this is where the get world size, because I don't have to know how many times. I don't have to know how many times at all. So let's do that again, just to make sure I know what I'm doing. There we go. That's it. Now, because I know that, you know, and I could also, this is the fun part, is I could also wrap that in, I could wrap this in logic as well. Can I do that? Let's see here. Because I know I knew it needs to happen. That needs to happen 3 times. And then it needs to happen again. Actually, that's okay. Because now we're going to harvest, move north, and then we'll do, let's see, we'll do harvest, move north. Yeah, again, I can make this a little better if I want. Can I? Can I double this? Wait. Hey, board game, James, welcome on in. I know, the coding the video game. Okay, can I... And this is like where you get into the, wait, can I just do this? Oh, will it not let me paste that? All right, fine. Let's try that again. Okay, so yeah, this is me recursing that loop and saying, because this will do this 3 times, and I want this to do this 3 times, and then it's done. Yeah, the not having brackets is really throwing me as well. So let's see here. Can I copy this and paste it here? I would take, the thing is, like, I would probably do this more than the retail simulators, because at least this is doing it in a way that's weird and fun. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because right now, this is the amount of tools that I've been given. It is parceling out the tools very slowly to say, like, you know what, start here. Then we'll say, okay, that thing you did, here's how to make that a little better. Here's how to make that a little more efficient. And it's cute. And yeah, if anybody else is watching this, they're probably being like, why are they coding like this? Watching them code is giving me a nightmare. And I'm like, yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, they're a good little sparkly purple. Good for coding. That's not true. It doesn't really. That's not really how it works. We pretty much want to do the same thing again, except now we've already got all of our bushes planted. So now we want to harvest and move north. See, if you double return, it doesn't go back. That bothers me. Okay, so we can actually take out the clear. Well, we can, it's fine. So. Okay. So now. This is not a valid statement. Wait. Oh, no. I'm going the loop wrong again. That's what always gets me. I'm doing the loop wrong again. Huh? Did it need to be lowercase? Was that my problem in the... Okay, so I did something earlier, and it didn't explain that it had to be case sensitive. So I think I did something right earlier on, but because I used the wrong case for it, it didn't tell me. But essentially what it's doing is it's saying, while this is true, aka I have already decided this loop is true. It's not checking anything. I've just said the loop is true. Trust me, bro. That's my source. Trust me, bro. While the loop is true, get the world size. So for I in range 1 to 3, and for each time, plant a bush, move north, plant a bush, move north, plant a bush, move north 3 times. Then move east once. Do it again. After you've done that 3 times, come back to the beginning. Harvest, move north, harvest, move north, harvest, move north. What I will want to do later is to like speed this up. I would want to continually, I wouldn't want to necessarily plant the bushes. I would want to, oh my gosh, Steven. Get out of here. What I want to do is I'd want to plant the bush and then Okay, so sorry, my brain took a minute to realize what I need to do here. After you harvest the bush, plant another bush, and then move north. Then you want to come back and check, can I harvest the bush, and do this. So it's a lot of, you have to say, look, there's something here to harvest, get it. Can I harvest it again? No, move on. Come back and get it. But if you keep planting, like this is not the most efficient, except that, you know, it kind of is working. It's just not working as well as it could. French Press, welcome on in. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Welcome. How you doing? Okay, so, but we are now obtaining a new resource, which is wood. And we use that to start making something else. So here is the new thing. Oh, print. Hey, it's a tool to help with debugging programs. You know, I could have used this a couple of 100 steps ago. Just saying. So, sometimes your code just doesn't work and you need to find out why. There are a couple of tools to help you do that. The first is to execute the program step by step. You can go into a step-by-step mode with the button next to the execute button or by setting a breakpoint. So instead of doing this, which just does the whole thing, you can go step by step by step. And it even shows you what step it's on. So you can go boop, 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 boop. Like that. You can also click on the breakpoint to the left of the code. So you can do this. So when it gets, okay, so breakpoint here. So when it gets there, it'll stop and say, hey, oh, my bad. You can rename them on the side. So this is, sorry, plant. This is basically the function that I've written. And yeah, I don't like, I'm being lazy and not renaming them. I totally should rename them. I used to give my functions ridiculous names, like awful names. Okay, so we can add a breakpoint. So it stops when it executes that. Let's also remove that. When you move your mouse over a variable, its current value is displayed. So if I stop here, right, that's world size, but what is I is currently 2. Okay. The print function can also be useful. It will write any value passed to it directly into the air. What? Like just over the... Okay, so let's create a new... It'll just... Will the drone just like do it like it's skywriting? Come here. Hey, Brian, type. Oh, sorry. We have to turn this one off first. Stop. Oh my gosh, it is like skywriting. Oh, that's hilarious. There's not enough room for it to... okay, how are we going to do this? There's not enough room for this. Well, apparently you, yeah, you figured me out, game. Very fun. Very, very fun. Okay, let's get back to learning about this. Okay, print the current position, which is cute. It prints it directly into the air into the output page. Okay, so there's an output page. Oh, okay. This is something I don't like, is when I go back, it doesn't take me back to where I was. So where was I? I was on print. No. Debug. I was on debug. When I click back from a window, it doesn't take me back to where I was. So I can't it wants me to click here to understand it, but it doesn't open that in a new window. And when I go back, it doesn't bring me back to the same window. So that would be helpful. Okay. Writing into the air can sometimes be a bit slow if you want to print a lot of values, in which case you can use the quick print function, which only prints to the output window. The output window also logs warning and errors. There we go. So if something doesn't work as expected, it can be useful to check that. When the execution stops, the output is also written to the output.txt file in the game folder. Yeah, no, it opened up a text file on my screen. So this is also writing to text files in your game folder at the same time. Hold on a second. Is it also writing all of my functions in the game folder? It might be. That's neat. Okay, so it is actually writing these to text files. So you get your programming, but you also get your programming practice saved for you. So that's fun. Okay, I don't know why I need the debug right now. It taught me this lesson, but I'm not sure why I need it yet. I'm going to go back to my bushes. Okay. So we unlocked print. Oh, we can unlock operators. Operators. Arithmetic operators, comparison operators, and Boolean operators. So we've got our plus minus multiplication percentage. We have equals, does not equal, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, and are not, and or. Note, all numbers in the game are floating point numbers, so all arithmetic operators are floating point operators. /forward is defined to just floor the number after the division. Okay. For assignment operators, you need to unlock the variables unlock. So you're unlocking little bits that help you code more as you go. Okay. Operators allow you to compare, modify, and combine values. Arithmetic operators are used to perform common mathematical operations on numbers. Comparison operators are used to compare values. The result is always either true or false. The logic operators, also called Boolean operators, are used to combine truth values. So yeah, arithmetic, plus and minus. Oh, okay, so asterisk and / is multiplication and division, but a // rounds down the number to the next integer. So it rounds down, so it floors it. Percentage is the modulo operator, also known as the remainder operator. I would always get this one wrong. Always. It divides two numbers and then returns the remainder. I would, again, always get this one wrong. And double asterisk is the power operator. So that is the little, that's like the caret, but not the asterisk. Got it. All right, comparison. Equals equals is equals equals, not equals, does not equal, and yeah, so 3 does not equal 3 plus 1 is true because that would be 4. And then greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, etc. Not, and or. I end up using these more than anything in a lot of my stuff. A lot of my if statements rely on very carefully placed logic operators. So yeah, now we're getting into the weird stuff. Nothing wrong with the weird stuff. It's just the weird stuff. So before we start winding down, we will learn about... We'll get into... Let's see. Can we unlock anything else yet? Ooh, we can unlock senses. Wait a second. Okay, so we can increase the speed of the drone, and we can increase the speed of the grass. Let's increase the speed of the drone by 1 and see what happens. Okay, so by making it go down each row, there's still just enough time Okay, I'm being silly about this, I realized, so stop. After you harvest it, you should plant another bush. Oh, no, see, that was my bad. What I was having it do is, also, I don't like where you are, so hold on. Can we clear you, please? Because you're starting in the wrong place and that's bothering me. Thank you. What I was having it do is plant a bush or a plant, go north, plant another one, go north, then wrap around, go east and do the same thing, wrap around, go east and do the same thing. And by the time it got back to the first one, the bush was grown. If I had it harvest the bush and then plant another bush, that it needs to check whether or not it can harvest something. So this is where the logic comes in is, hey, I'm hovering over a plot of land. Are there crops on it? If so, harvest them. If not, plant them. And that is the logic that we're probably going to end up using. Now there are, the next step of this is we can unlock carrots, which is tilling the soil and planting carrots. And this is where it's going to get weird. Yeah. Carrots. Before you can plant carrots with plantentities.carrot, you have to till the soil. This will change the soil to grounds.soil. To till the soil, simply call till. Calling till again will change it back. So till turns it into soil. Till again undoes that, probably because they just wanted to make it simple. Planting carrots costs wood and hay. These will automatically be removed when calling. Okay, so again, if I want to till the soil, just till. And then plant entities.carrot. That's it. So let's go step by step. Till, so it's turned that into a nice little, like, soil land. And then the next step, plant carrots. Okay. How long do carrots take to... How long do carrots take to do the thing? Carrots. The base growth time is between 4.8 and 7.2 seconds. So this is why you now need to start checking. I'm gonna close this. Yeah, I'm just gonna, how do I stop it? There we go. So we're gonna call this sandbox because I end up just doing a lot of random code here. Okay. So we've been able to plant carrots. The carrots are grown, so we'll go ahead and harvest them. I just dropped my mouse. Don't mind it. I can't harvest them without my mouse. Okay, so we've harvested carrots. What about, I think I saw something for senses. Where was it? Okay. So senses are the drone can see what's under it and where it is. This is going to get weird real fast. The drone can see now. Also, I forgot to change the hat. Sorry. Back to purple. There we go. Okay. The functions get position X and get position Y return the current X and Y position of the drone. At the start position, they're both 0, 0. Their position increases 1 by every tile towards east and 1 for every tile towards north. Number of items returns how many of an item you have. Yeah, it loves to just run off the desk. And get entity type and get ground type return the type of entity or ground that is under the drone. So, do a flip if you're over a bush. If get entity type equals bush, do a flip. Tawani, yeah, this is close to Python, and I don't do Python yet, so this is interesting to me. But yeah, if anyone has Python homework, like feel free to do it along. This game is not that, but yeah. The none keyword is also unlocked. None is a value that represents there is no value. Okay, for example, a function that has no return statement will actually return none. Get entity type returns none if there is no entity under the drone. So right now, there's ground under the drone. So, let's see here. So if I print get entity type, it'll just say none because there's none entities under the drone. But if I say plant entities caret and then print get entity type, it'll say entities.caret. So it now knows there's carets under it. If you want to find out how many of a particular unlock you have, use the number unlocked button. Oh. This is interesting. So now you can just, I don't necessarily want to know how many like unlocks I have because I can go to the unlock tree, but we now have a variable where if you wanted to do something, oh, wait a second. Is the game telling me that eventually I'm going to be able to automate unlocks too? Because the only reason I would want to know how many unlocks I had is if I was going to automate unlocking them later. Otherwise, my brain right now, I don't really need that knowledge. I don't need that information. Yet. Okay. So now we can find out what's underneath it. So this would be a fun way to plant a row of carrots, plant a row of bushes, and just harvest a row of hay. But you'd want to know that if what's under you, and here's where you'll start to get here's where things will start to get messy. And that's why it's great to do it in a game like this where it doesn't matter. Because if I said, okay, only plant carrots, only plant carrots if there's not a carrot beneath you, and then move. I would need to do that, till the soil, etc. Now, I'd probably mess up a few times and end up taking out some hay or taking out a bush because I needed to till the soil. It's great to do it in this because you can mess it up and then you can stop and say, well, wait, what was I doing wrong? You can start to print your variables and say, oh, it was detecting the wrong thing, or I was telling it to look for the wrong thing, and so on and so forth. It's getting close to the time I'm going to end, so I'm going to play with this a little bit more off stream because it's fun, and there's so many things to unlock. Right now, pumpkins, eventually pumpkins, and time, which means time is going to become a factor later. It's like you're gonna wanna have time for something. What do we need to expand? We need carrots to expand our farm again, so let's go ahead and harvest. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, the undo and the redo they're okay. So we'll just harvest and then plant entities carrot. Now what's interesting is right now there's no way to detect whether the carrots underneath are done. So let's see here. Can we tell the status of a plant? Not yet. Okay, and then under senses, we can tell what's under it, but right now we can't tell yet what if the status of the plant. So right now we can just run this. Yeah, we can run that once. Hey, Rogan, welcome on in. Let's see down here. Okay, there's simulate. Oh, so you can test things. Import random pumpkins. Nice. Sunflowers, fertilizer. Grow plants instantly. Oh my gosh, you can make a maze. Oof. We can unlock a top hat. We can unlock more drones. And this is what starts unlocking things. Automatically unlock stuff. It's all the way at the bottom. Bones. Dinosaurs. Nice. Get access to dictionary so you can tell it that it's right of something. Wow. Lists. I love doing lists. Make your own function. So you can define your own functions after a while. What I'm not seeing though is it can sense what's under it and where it is, but it cannot. I'm not finding one that says get like the completion of a plant. So you have no idea if the plant that's over there is completed or not. So if you were just doing nothing but carrots, you would have it delay. I know I do get a pass variable, right? Where is my pass? Okay, so yeah, that's not quite what I was looking for. Run that again because we have carrots. But yeah, that's what I would want next is I would want to know if the carrots below were ready. So yeah, the carrots are slowly growing. And I like that the yield is not consistent. So if I did that, so yeah, if you harvest them before they're ready, then you don't get anything. And actually you end up spending more to replant them. But let's see, what was next? Water the plants to make them grow faster, so you can water them. So you would plant them. I guess that'd be interesting. You plant them, you water them, then you move on. You plant them, you water them, move on. We need 20 carrots to expand our farm. One more. Truly, speaking of water, water yourself, water your farm. Does it say? See, I thought, so the grow time, hold on, plant. There we go, sorry. See carrots. Okay, so carrots, are they only, okay, they're harvesting one at a time. So now we can expand the farm again. So now we've expanded the farm. When you expand the farm, it resets. So now we can still run this for bushes, because now it actually is times bush times range. Okay, RNG doesn't really range, but that's okay. So now we could continue to do this one, which would be, it's going to continue to go around the farm and continue to plant bushes. It's going to come back, harvest the bushes, get it wood. There we go. I'm having trouble grabbing it. So this is basically what it's doing. Now we could add another loop in here. Just for funsies. Just for funsies. Okay, so right now, if I did this again, this is going to be useless because it's not going to harvest these bushes. It's going to plant them. It doesn't plant if something's already there. Okay. We may not need to know the status of the plant if it doesn't replant something if there's not something there. Okay, so in that case, let's go ahead and clear. Let's change this to, so let's add till, because we need to till the soil. We're going to plant entities carrot. We're going to move north. Then we're going to move east. Now, so the only problem is, again, if it's basically spending enough time going around. So I think what I'll do is in each of these, I will have it do a flip. Because I don't really have a wait command. So that's the best thing. It's like it says either do a flip or go pet the piggy. But do a flip looks cuter, so we'll do that. So now, we'll plant, this is now plant carrot move. And then it should, okay, so let's try this. Now the real secret is what you want to start doing a row of hay along with everything, a row of bushes, a row of carrots, and a row of everything else. Like that's what you want to start doing. Okay, now it's going to come, harvest, 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 harvest. Oh, whoops. We have an error. And I know exactly what I did wrong. Because till only needs to be used once to plant carrots, it tried to till a tilled soil, which turned it back into grassland. So it knows that it can't plant something where it doesn't belong, and it gives me an error. So this has actually given me like my error may be what I want, because essentially it's saying, great, do carrots, then do hay, then do carrots, then do hay. I could probably tell it at each step, like if the step of the loop equals 2, do this, depending on how many times you've done the loop, things like that. Like, those are the things you need to start, like, okay. I like the crunch of the carrot. That's very cute. So yeah. That was an interesting way to sort of reset it. But again, it can tell, based on our stuff, it can tell if the ground... it can tell if the ground has grassland or soil, because the like, there is a... I believe there is a ground type here. Where was my errors? Yeah, it can tell if there's grassland, so I can also just tell it that as well. So yeah, this is cute. It is a fun little, like, let's go through the logic path, let's figure this out. It was out in the Steam store on October 10th, so it's out available right now. Let's see, there's also... Ooh, there's a bundle with Block Factory, which is, again, a little, like, it's, again, a 3D, like, logic set kind of world. So what's funny is, in this instance, my oopsie isn't really an oopsie, it's just I told it how to do it in the wrong way. So I can take out my error by saying, okay, when you get to this step, if what's beneath you is soil, then don't worry about it. If what's beneath you is grassland, then till it. So I can do that as well. Yeah, I could see getting lost in this just for the fun of it. And the problem is, I have all these unlocks in front of me, and I love to unlock trees. My only issue is it's hard to keep track of when you unlock something, it wants to teach you something, but it's a little inconsistent about what it's trying to teach you when you get that. So you'll get like a pop-up window that says, hey, you just learned something else. Great. But I don't necessarily know, like, what am I trying to learn from this? So let me just stack all. I also love that you can just stack all your windows together and just put them over here. I like the code highlighting, so you can actually see as it's doing it, what step is it doing. You don't, like, it keeps you from having to do a breakpoint here, because you can see, like, okay, it's still in this loop, and then it's in this loop. But yeah, if I just want to clear everything, change this to just say, let's just, like, we're just doing hay again. We got an achievement for farming 1,000 hay. So yeah, now it's just going to farm hay forever. Hay eternal. Hay infinitum. So a fun thing will be to figure out, can I make it do a row of each? And for now, I can, because I can say, hey, if you're on, I could say, if you're on row 2, plant bushes. If you're on row 3, plant hay. If you're, like, I could do that, because by the time it comes back around, it'll be ready to harvest things. So I could do that. It's just figuring that out, you know, getting that logic down in your head and doing that. Harvesting hay until it hits its final straw. There's no final straw. Hay forever. But yeah, so it's out in the store now. Let me see here. How do I... There we go. Save the game. Excellent. And yeah, it is very cute. It is very cute. Obviously, you save and then you quit and save. You know how we do. So yeah, it's very cute. And You can put on whatever like lo-fi coding you want to while you play it because it doesn't seem to have its own music. At least not yet. Maybe there's a jukebox hidden somewhere in the redeems later on. Obviously, I spent way more time with that because it was a lot of fun, even though I was failing many of the times. I kind of didn't care, um, which is how I played with programming things back in the day. When I played with DOS, I would make the DOS print high on my screen forever. Because of course you do. You know, like 10, print high. 20, go to 10, run. Ah, there you go.